New Caledonia is an island some 30 million years old. It lies along the fissure between two tectonic plates in the Pacific Ocean. The island is a rich source for various metal ores, including nickel. It's believed the island was populated some 2,000 years ago by Melanesians, who lived in relative peace until French colonization, which began some 200 years ago. It was a period where precious materials such as whale blubber, sandalwood, and exotic plants and spices were in great demand in European countries, and the first explorers were passing whalers, traders, and a few scientists. Unfortunately, many of the first contacts between the Europeans and the indigenous people ended in bloodshed. Around 1840, the first Anglican missionaries arrived and were quite successful in converting the inhabitants, and the Catholics soon followed suit. Following Great Britain's example in Australia, Napoleon III wanted to create a prison colony. France took possession of New Caledonia on September 24, 1853, and the first prisoners arrived a year later. By the end of the century, over half the white population consisted of criminals. In 1946, New Caledonia changed status from being a colony to becoming an overseas French territory. The last 200 years of the island's history has been riddled with disputes between the native Kanak population and the colonists. As recently as 1984-1985, the struggle for independence from France created ongoing difficulties. However, the tension has eased off somewhat since Jean-Marie Tjibaou's 1988 signing of the Matignon Agreement. The original inhabitants are the Kanaks, but the French settlers who have lived on the island for 3 or 4 generations are now also considered to be true Caledonians and are known as the Caldoche. Whether farmer, cattleman, gold or nickel miner, or former convict, their way of life is not unlike the pioneers who settled in North America. Many of these men raise horses, which are the only means of transportation in the rugged hills. They've managed to adapt to their environment and have developed an independent way of life which mixes their European past with their New Caledonian present. Brought by Europeans to New Caledonia, deer have easily adapted and now thrive on the island. Many of the Caldoche own vast tracts of land where they hunt. But don't worry, this one won't end up on the dinner table. Not today, anyway. Breathe deeply. Here in these woods, the air is perfumed with the scent of nyaulis trees. Belonging to the same family as the eucalyptus, the essence is often used to treat respiratory problems. Their thick bark protects them from the numerous fires which ravage the New Caledonian forests, and after a fire is passed, these trees remain standing like forlorn ghosts. Look at these nice grubs. See how good they are? They're nice and fat. Some of the best around. See how fresh they are. Look how nice and plump they are. Look how juicy they are. Full of sap. Very good to eat. Look. Where do you find them? In the banculia trees which grow on the island. They eat the tree's wood. The market in the village of Farino is famous for its grubs. Each year, these larvae are collected from the wood of the banculia trees from which the grubs take their name. Here's a banculia tree which has been used by the grubs. Here we can see their little nursery. The egg was here, and the larva was hatched, immediately began attacking the tree. First they eat the wood around them, and then they penetrate deeper into the wood. We probably won't find any grubs here. It looks like these have been here a long time. The grubs start by eating through the trunk, and soon the tree is so riddled with holes, it falls to the ground. The proof that there is still some in the tree